Hi folks, and welcome to another video from Intensive Driving Courses NI. Video channel set up to assist and help with learning to drive in Northern Ireland. And basically what we're going to do today on our video is we're going to look at a bit of sort of urban sort of retail area driving and a one-way system in Newtownards. Now these videos are designed really, as I say, to help and assist with your current sort of instruction, either by an instructor or friend or family member. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to like and subscribe. There's videos coming up all the time, and we've over 30 videos now, and we're getting sort of very good feedback as well. And hit the bell for notifications. So this is a Saturday when this video was filmed, and we're just going to start off in the Ards area. Just going to do a normal move off sequence. Just remember to check on that blind spot, folks. We're going to be heading down to a set of traffic lights and then heading into very busy, I would anticipate, sort of town centre on the day, as I say, this is filmed. So coming up the traffic lights, we're going to go left, so we're just doing our normal positioning. I'm going to indicate, obviously, because there's a choice there of two directions painted on the arrow. And when we come up the traffic lights, remember, stop before the stop line, folks. Don't ever go over them unless you're gestured by a police officer, etc, etc. Now it looks a good bit of a pedestrian activity here. Got a car and stop. I'm just going to basically sort of comment on what I'm seeing here. So we've got a car there across that's going to be turning right, so they're going to be edging out, but always anticipate that they may accelerate briskly to try and cut through before ourselves. So red and amber, that's your get ready lights. Green, proceed if it's clear. So they're trickling out slowly, so it's good to go. So we're now turning in 30-mile-an-hour area. We've got consistent street lights there with no additional signs, but always remember your speed limit is your maximum. It's not the target that has to be reached. Sort of first major fixed hazard coming up is the crossing there. So I don't see anybody near the box that could have anticipated and pressed the button. We've obviously got our lines there saying we don't park, overtake or change lanes. Travelling through, just staying in second gear here. Enter now the one-way system where both lanes are going in one direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and change over or move over to the right-hand lane. So that's going to be top mirror, right mirror, giving an indicator. Takes about 3 flashes for most drivers to anticipate what you're doing. And then I'm going to try and move over when I'm safe. I've got a vehicle here quite slow in the right-hand lane, so I'm going to wait until I'm past the crossing area. And now I'm sort of gliding over. Once I've got the front wheels in the new lane, I'm going to take the indicator off in case it looks like I'm pulling up. The crossing's been activated there. I can see a ring of LEDs. I'm now that close that if it did change, I wouldn't be able to stop it. Always have that thought of stopping, folks. Never try to rush through. Now I'm going to follow around the one-way system, stand to the right-hand lane, park cars, etc, and hazards permitting. So I can see here we've got a roadwork sign. So as we come around, we'll see what's happening. Oh, right, so we've got to have to deviate now over to the left lane. So just coming around nice and slowly. View's obscured here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it nice and slow because there could be sort of workforce just in front. Quite tight here in the gap, so I've dropped my speed well down below 10. Crossing's activated, just making sure I can clear the line, which I can't, so that's why I'm holding back even on the green, keeping that area with the silver studs in view. Now the crossing's activated, so I'm just going to apply my handbrake, and you can see then obviously other people are using the facility. Now, as we head round, as you can see, it's quite a tight corner here, quite a blind vision system. So anticipate you could get parked cars in the lane or delivery vehicles, etc, etc. So now travelling around, still in a one-way system, you can see there cars going forward in either lane. There is a lot of crossings, but people will tend to cross between. So good all-round vision, funnel your vision out, don't just tunnel vision on the vehicle in front. Now I'm sort of keeping back slightly here with the vehicle in front so I can ease off. A lot of people sometimes don't touch the brakes, so the brake lights won't come on. So you have to sort of anticipate the gap closing. Coming up to your crossing again, it's activated. So I'm just going to stop, plan the handbrake, front car, and you can sit in neutral or you can go to first. I advise neutral once you're confident with that there in case you lurch forward on a stall. Now, when the lights go to green, remember that people have to have cleared the crossing before you move. Okay, so you'll get red and amber as normal, which is your anticipation, get ready lights. Green, proceed, nobody's on the crossing, so I'm taking on through. Looking ahead now, we've got a wee bit of build-up of traffic. On Saturdays when this was filmed, there is a market in the town, so there's a lot of activity. Weather conditions are fair, dry, etc. But always when there's rain and stuff, you get a lot of people running about and sort of taking chances crossing the road. One-way indication arrows there you can see. The brake lights applied on the vehicle in front. If you can, maybe look through the windows of the car in front at the car in front of them. Always work as many cars ahead as you can and anticipating on them slowing, so you've got more time to react yourself. Going to travel around where it says Donaghadee, Belfast, Bangor there on the sign. Going to stay to the lane I'm in, and you'll do that in your test unless your examiner indicates that he or she wants you to filter over. Coming round, we've got a bus there just on the left, so we're anticipating maybe people walking out in front of it, etc. Coming round now, we've got a crossing, we've got a couple of pedestrians there with a buggy who could have pressed the button. So we're anticipating a change, but we're now through safely. And we're back round, sort of finishing off the circuit there that we did. We've got a vehicle now as indicated there, possibly parking. So I'm just going to check and come through nice and slowly in the gap. And that's something that you have to sort of realise, folks. A lot of people, even when they can't find parking spaces, will just stop in the lane and put an indicator on. So remember, navigate round if it's safe to do so. Coming up again, bit of activity and round the crossing. So I'm scanning both ways. The next crossing is red, so it should have changed by the time we get there, but it could obviously be a slower approach. And people sometimes will chance, even if the crossing is not for them, to run across. So remember just to check around. Again, you can see a ring of LEDs there on the crossing. So some will say wait, some will have that ring, and that indicates that it's been activated. Now speed wise, when I'm traveling around here, I'm not doing any more than about sort of 15, 18 miles an hour. It's about the average speed, so don't expect to do 30. Now I'm going to leave the one-way system here, or this circuit shortly, so I'm going to come up. You can see white lines dividing there. I'm going to check my mirror. It's going to indicate left, very, very similar to leaving a roundabout. And I'm going to try to filter over to the left lane just past this island. So I'm just checking that there's nobody there, even though I've got sort of priority to leave a one-way system. And I'm now heading on down. I'm just going to be following the yellow lines on the left-hand side where that white mini has just disappeared. And I'm traveling. That's sort of taking us out of the inner part there of the one-way system. So join us again, folks. We will have some other videos coming up soon on various sort of subjects in driving, etc. And remember, just use these to help and assist you with your current driver training, should that be with an instructor or friend or family member. So remember, hit the bell for further notifications, pass on to others if they're learning to drive, folks, and remember, keep safe, enjoy the miles, and enjoy the independence when you get it.